Hi, I'm Stephen Webb, Director of Publishing for the Summit Lighthouse. When we're talking about pearls of wisdom, we're talking about reading, right? Not so fast. Right around the time the first pearls were being printed in 1959, El Morya explained what was going on when you sit back with a pearl. Listen to this and think about the percentages. El Morya, 1959. Only about 10% of the blessings received from the service of the pearls is in the reading thereof. While your attention is upon our words, we are flooding light's perfection from our worlds into yours. By your rhythmic and faithful attention to us and our words, you make yourselves open doors and channels for our light and assistance to flow, not only to, but through you, into the worlds of those around you. Ever present when you want me, and so able and lovingly willing to be a most practical friend in everyday living, I am the Ascended Master, Morya El. So think about the other 90% of the blessings that are happening while you think you're just reading. About 12 years after El Morya's observation, Mark Prophet added to the mystery around pearls, saying that in every pearl there's between 7 and 40 different tracks or levels of comprehension, all between the lines. He said, these 40 tracks I'm talking about are the kind that when you read the Pearl of Wisdom on Monday, put it down, pick it up on Tuesday, and read that Pearl of Wisdom the second time, you see all kinds of things that you never saw with the first reading. Then you pick it up on the next day, and the same thing happens. And in the course of your life, if you were to read it 40 times, you would find about 40 tracks of ideas and hidden concepts that were right there, and they could be understood by you as you develop. Now, I've been a keeper of the flame for coming up on 35 years, and I've seen myself develop. Not through great dramas like Paul on the road to Damascus, where he was resisting Jesus. To me, the smart way to live is to want to cooperate with our elder brothers, who, as El Morya says, are lovingly willing to be the most practical friend in everyday living. So for me, the path has been gentle because I've sensed the steady pressure of the light from the masters, been glad to know I'm loved and protected, and happy to listen to and cooperate with my best friends who see way further around my options than I can. But that's just me. How are you doing? How's it look when you count the years since you found the path you were searching for? Whatever the answer, I want to thank you as a brother for volunteering to the degree you're able to be an open door for the Master's light and assistance to flow into the worlds of those around you. Thank you for your service to the light and your support for the Master's mission on earth. Now, because we haven't finished the mission yet, let's jump back to the 90% question. Remember? What's going on with the other 90% of the blessings that come through the pearls? It kind of leads to identifying a problem we share. The problem is, we're thinking about pearls from the 10% perspective, as if reading them was like reading an online news article. They can't be compared. Yet sometimes we decide whether or not to read a pearl as if the intangible 90% is a factor we can ignore. Given that the 90% of blessings is intangible, it makes it hard to define how it affects our everyday world. But if we expect that light is going to be soaking in while we read, our reading is living the Blu-ray activity of faith. Why do we have faith that the holy intangible is needed? Well, if we were able to overturn the death civilization with our mental bodies, we would already have done it. The mental body is not powerful enough. In the race against the dark side, in bearing our responsibility for what happens on this planet, we know we need that intangible light factor in our life. Are the dictations dated because some of the information regarding the world scene is out of date? Or are they timeless wisdom that can be applied to the world of today? As the Vedas and the Bible says, there is nothing new under the sun. The light, the teaching, the dispensations, and the blessings embedded in the dictations are timeless. The dictations, given as coordinated packets of light, are like great emphatic notes in a 40-year-long symphony. This vast symphony of the Word anchored the light of the hierarchy through the body of God on earth who were willing to receive it. This set the blueprint for the golden age of Aquarius to gradually unfold in the physical over the next 2,000 years. And at the personal level, pearls are a regular holy communion, a spiritual sustenance for us. And they're really important to the masters who dictated them, as their contribution to a pattern in this octave that will be developed over the next 2,000 years. Remember, they have planted the seeds of up to 40 different tracks of hidden concepts in each pearl that are meant to trigger new realizations in us. These realizations could be vital to the mission you volunteered to complete as your building block in a self-transcending golden age. You may wonder, where can I find the time to read a pearl? It doesn't take that long. The masters have given us several optimal times. Jesus recommended reading it first thing in the morning, even if just a paragraph, since that sets a pattern for the day and gives us a nugget of wisdom we may be able to pass on to someone during the day. Of course, just before going to sleep at night helps attune our consciousness to the Ascended Master's consciousness and helps us make it to the etheric retreats. These reading habits help us utilize that intangible 90% of that pearl's blessings through your soul awareness, while your mental attention is on the 10% reading part. Everyone who gets the flow of light from pearls each month figures out the right time and place for the intake. That's what it is, intaking light. I often read pearls to my wife as a bedtime story, or she reads to me. How elevating to be thinking about something, say, the Keeper of the Scrolls said in a recent pearl about the graph of material and spiritual evolution over the past 10,000 years. As you're going to sleep, find a quiet place and time for the intake of the bread of heaven. You're in charge of your time and the space you live in. The solution to the problems of time management and finding regular discipline in your life is to value what the pearls of wisdom mean to you. They are your vibrant, brilliant packets of light, blessings waiting to be opened. We're still in the human state, so we have a dweller on the threshold that gets insulted anytime something bright and light is put in front of us. Our dweller is our own unique karmic momentum of fighting against the light. It's many lifetimes old. It's our history of self-sabotage. But this is the embodiment. We can decide we're going to knock it out with the tools we've been given. So weigh the obstacles you may see in getting the pearls against the soul relief from the hubbub of the world. To be able to settle down in your coziest chair, door closed, devices off, and take an elevator in the spirit up to where your best friends are. Go there. It's your personal sanctuary. We'd all like that. We'd all like a personal sanctuary, even that feeling of being by Moria's fireside in Darjeeling. Now, if you're thinking, I can't afford another expense, okay. We have Pearl's subscription plans to meet every budget. Many of us are balancing current needs and handling some kind of debt. However, an influx of light might be just what we need for a breakthrough on the situation of our debts. Our Pearl subscription actually allows everyone to prime the pump for drawing down the abundance. After all, our let's make a miracle happen mindset helped us a great deal already on the path. How to get pearls delivered so you can enjoy the timeless wisdom and the heartfelt light transfer? Signing up for Pearls has never been easier. You can subscribe for the printed Pearls of Wisdom or the electronic Pearls for reading on your mobile devices, a very affordable and timely way for our brothers and sisters not living in the United States to receive them. These electronic and print versions are both sent out at the beginning of each month. To subscribe to the printed Pearls of Wisdom, log in to the website at store.summitlighthouse.org. Then click the Products tab and then Subscriptions. Click on the top Pearls of Wisdom box and enter the number of months you're subscribing for. You can match your subscription to your budget. On the other hand, to subscribe to the Pearls of Wisdom electronic version, we produce the files for both Kindle and EPUB readers. Go to summitlighthouse.org and click on the EPUB link below. Choose either the quarterly or annual subscription, whatever fits your budget. An annual subscription is less than the price of a vanilla latte a month at the coffee shop and gives you a longer lasting charge of energy. Over the years, many who sign up for the light streaming through the Pearls of Wisdom enjoy reading them in study groups. We also know that everyone across the world isn't able to enjoy being in a study group, so please let me know if you'd appreciate the support of a Pearls brainstorm group online. As an added benefit for Pearls readers, I am proposing a Pearls Guild online at summitlighthouse.org that meets once every 4 weeks. We'd host a live debate or discussion on that month's 4 pearls, say mid-month, then post the video in a forum for you to comment on the content of those pearls and what they mean to you and how they make you feel. Review the comments and observations from other readers throughout the next month. Once you subscribe to the Pearls of Wisdom, as I'm sure you will, and as the Ascended Master Surya said, follow that wavelength back to that Master, and by, you increase in your God consciousness, that awareness that grows and grows and grows, like the unfolding of a 1,000-petaled rose. Thank you for watching, and please choose either the print or digital download Pearls of Wisdom. See you at the Pearls Guild starting in January. These are the Pearls of Wisdom.